sharp with my deep hollow grind. Chris Reef's a Benza, I'm one of a kind. High price tag, but collectors won't mind. Buy me once, you'll never lose a dime.
I appreciate over time.
Magnica dreams and S9 TV schemes. L-Max edges cutting through the seams. From Finland's home house to Texas skies, I'm the EDC king. I never compromise. Pinger XM18 rides in style. Skelton blade works, Culloden runs wild. Hellraiser whispers, its edge admired. Todd Begg's creations, his Texan blades on fire. Addiction's a thrill, the hunt never ends. Pocket treasures, steel that transcends. Folding or fixed, we're more than just trends. We're legacy pieces, collectors' best friends. Magnica dreams and S9 TV schemes. L-Max.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me as always. My name is Jim, and we're here to discuss some knives. Namely, the brand new upcoming Wolf Knives Collusion. Now, unfortunately, I had a delay in the arrival of my Gateway Barlow. And then right after that, my ultralight K9 arrived, and I've been so overwhelmed that I haven't had a chance to sit down and review them. So this got here after it actually released for sale. So I missed the boat on that. I apologize. And this, I've just had so much going on that after this arrived and that arrived, it just never got done. So I want to apologize to you guys for not getting this out there and making you aware of them, because I'm pretty sure these are sold out. And it's a really, really amazing knife for about 60 bucks, which is stupid. It's crazy. It's insane. And then this, which is, what were they, like 120 or something? Also super crazy inexpensive. Those were two great values that I should have been on time with to make sure you guys knew about. Because the one and only thing that I've ever heard from people on my video comments about Wolf Knives is they're not crazy about the $299 average price point of their slip joints. Those two blow that out of the water. So why am I sitting here with this? The reasons are twofold. One, I'm actually going to be on time because this drops for sale live on Friday, August 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern at all of the authorized dealers. So I'm on time for this, yay. And also, I'm pretty excited about it because it's a really cool design. And I have really been enjoying the fixed blade models that Ben has been releasing. So if you're familiar with the fixed EDC line, which this actually isn't a part of, this is part of their collaboration line, which is not written on here somewhere. Oh yeah, JW Collab. So JW Collab is a separate series. It just happens to be a fixed blade knife, and it's a nice fixed blade knife. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you have seen the previous fixed EDCs, you know about the VHS style packaging, which for me, being a Gen Xer, is super cool. I really do like that. Brings back some memories. We'll get this open. Where's it at? What'd you do?
Please like and subscribe.
I'm just messing with you. This has spent the past 48 hours straight in my pocket, and I've been playing with it a lot, used it a couple of times, and I am really digging this one a lot. There's a lot of reasons, and I'll get into that in a few minutes, but let's talk about the overall specs, the basics. Your overall length is 6.62 inches with a blade length of 3.14 inches and just under a 3-inch cutting edge because of the wonderful sharpening notch. And this is hollow ground, hand satin rubbed S90V steel. Blade stock thickness of 120 thousandths, and it weighs only 1.7 ounces. It's like you're not even carrying it. You can't, I think the sheath weighs more than the knife does. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's a really awesome little fixed blade. Now, if you have any of the prior fixed blade models, let's take a quick look here. This is much larger. And I believe Ben had mentioned that's why this is not going to fall into the fixed EDC model category, because those have a strict length limit, which I believe is 6 inches. And this is 2/3 of an inch longer overall. So what you're getting here is a really nice Wharncliffe design with an accenting top swedge up here that really makes it look mean and evil. Really wonderful ergonomics on this handle. This feels good. Now, while I love my smaller fixed EDCs, I have to rely on the Cobra Knot lanyard to give me the 4th finger hold on there. And that's fine. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But this, I've got nearly a 4-finger hold just on the handle because it's a little bit larger. So I certainly do appreciate that. Another thing that I appreciate is that all of his fixed blades come with a very, very nicely stitched genuine leather sheath. And this clip, if you've never used a clip like this, these are fantastic. It literally grips to your pocket. That little post or tab, whatever you want to call it, that is actually digging in, and it will not let go of any material, even the thinnest, lightest weight shorts material. That is not letting go. So when you go to pull your knife out, you're not pulling the entire sheath out. Some would be concerned because so much of the handle slips down into the sheath, but you're not trying to grab the whole handle. All you're trying to do is grab onto the lanyard. That's why the lanyard is there. If you're thinking about getting this thing,
I'm cutting that stupid lanyard off. I don't like lanyards.
it performs an actual function. And it is going to be important to help you get your knife out cleanly and easily and on the first try, instead of trying to pinch the little bit of handle that's exposed. So leave the damn thing on there, you freak. The other thing that I like is just the little touches. So you've got a nice titanium lanyard bead on there that matches the green anodized hardware. Overall, it's a nice, clean look on a simple EDC fixed blade that I believe almost everybody is going to be able to easily carry. You can fit this into your rotation super easily. It doesn't take up hardly any room in the pocket at all. And by the way, it's fully protected anyway. So if you're like me, my right hand pocket is fully dedicated to my folding knife. Nothing else goes in that pocket because I could be carrying $300, $500, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 knife in that pocket. And while all of my knives do get used and do get carried, I don't want to impart unnecessary scars on them just to prove a point. Oh, look at me, I carry my knife. That's not how I am. Yes, I use them. Yes, I carry them. Yes, I cut shit with them, no matter what the price is or the rarity or whatever else. But I'm not abusing them needlessly. So what I like about these sheaths is you've got this clipped into your pocket. The only thing sticking out is the clip and, the height above the clip. So you've got a good inch maybe 1.25 inches sticking up out of the pocket. That makes it easier to retrieve. Quit your bitching. They'll be like,
Oh, it's gonna be super secret squirrel deep carry.
stop it. So now you've got all this leather in there. So in my left pocket, I'm going to have my car key fob and other random things, maybe pocket change. I don't carry pocket change, but if something happens and I've got something in there, I'm not going to scratch up any part of my knife because the only thing that they can touch is this leather. So it's going to get some wear marks on it. It's going to age. It's going to look fine. And my knife will still look like brand new. There's one only little niggle that I have with this setup. And in order to change the way I would personally change it, would raise the cost a little bit. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to spend extra money. But here's what I would be doing. I would make it less of a friction fit. I'd have the leather stretched a little bit. I used one of my leather stretches on here. When you use a leather stretcher, it's going to open things up and make things easier. You're not having to break it in. What I would do is I would have something that's a little bit of a looser fit that sewn inside and completely covered so they're not touching the blade. You would have 1 or 2 neodymium magnets, really strong rare earth magnets, and they would hold the knife into place inside of the sheath. And then you wouldn't be getting these rubbing marks. Is it a big deal? No, it's a tiny little nitpick. But you know me, nothing can ever be 100% perfect. There's got to be one little thing. Because the one thing you can't say about me is, oh, Jim reviews everything positively and everything's the greatest thing ever. And it's not me. Almost everything that I've ever put in my hands, I've felt that could use a little bit of a change, a little bit of an upgrade, a little something to make it different that would make it perfect. And that's just the way I've always been. And that's why I enjoy reviewing things, because reviewing is not just praising and slapping down random accolades on every product that lands in front of you. There are plenty of other knife channels available to you if that's what you want. People that do nothing but say ooh and ah and make silly little childlike noises and then just rattle off specs and call it a review. That's not me. This, however, is me. It is very much me. It's a good size. It's got great ergonomics. It's got a fantastic blade design, which, by the way, let's talk about that for a minute. This knife was designed by Jakeb Ginsberg, who goes by Jakeb Creates, and it's Jakeb. Don't know why, but that's the way his name is spelled. Make fun of him on your own time. So it's his design using the manufacturing processes that Ben incorporates into all of his knives. So you have a perfect representation of Jakeb's design. It is flawless. It is done to an incredible degree of quality. And I know it's going to last a lifetime or close to that. I'm super stoked about this. I hope you guys are as well. They're going to be affordable. They're going to be available starting Friday, August 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss out on this. Now, I do want to very quickly show you these other 2 knives because, as I mentioned, I feel terrible that I didn't get to give you guys the heads up. This is a brand new series of knives called the Gateway series, as you see right there. And the Gateway is exactly what you think it is, like the gateway drug. It's going to be given to you to bring you in and make you an addict. And you will become addicted to Jack Wolf knives. I absolutely 100% promise you. To get into this in the $60 price range, in a classic Barlow style, with a shield, by the way. And that's the first time Jack Wolf has implemented the classic shield into any of their designs. I'm going to be honest with you. I love my $300 Jack Wolfs. Okay? They're fantastic. I carry a Jack Wolf every single day. But this, yeah, okay, it may not be titanium, it may be a little bit heavier. I'm okay with this being as inexpensive as it is. It doesn't feel cheap. Okay, the walk and talk is not quite as impressive as the standard Jack Wolf knives. That's not that huge of a deal, especially if it's just going to be a user. And at this price point, hello, user. What steel did they choose for this? 14C28N, Chinese steel. Not particularly special, but for an EDC metal, it's actually pretty darn decent. You've got a good degree of corrosion resistance. You have a good degree of wear resistance, which means the edge is going to last a pretty long time. And that's why so many brands do use 14C28N in their low end offerings, because it's still an acceptable steel for EDC. It's just very inexpensive. It's still got the same great finishing work that you would expect from a Jack Wolf knife. It's still got the same premium cover materials. This particular knife happens to be a really nice forged carbon or shred carbon fiber, whatever you want to call it. Am I seeing any voids? There's one little void right there. All of these types of carbon fiber have a void somewhere in them, even though it's an expensive carbon fiber. But this, I'm only seeing, maybe you guys can see more, but I only see that one void. Wait, nope, there's two. There's another one. Two voids out of the whole thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, from my experience being a knife maker and having bought a lot of carbon fiber, you could not buy a piece of carbon fiber in a size large enough to make this knife for the total retail price of this knife. No, I lie. You'd be right about that same price. I would pay personally around $40 to $50 just for that raw material of the carbon. And forged carbon generally costs more than standard carbon fiber. So somewhere around the $50 mark, I'd say, just for the raw material. So the fact that these are mass-produced production knives made overseas means you're getting the entire knife at full retail without discounts for almost the same price as the cost of one of the raw materials. I would wonder if you could get all of the raw materials to make the entire knife for anywhere near that price. I don't know if you could. I don't know what 14C28N sells for. Now, this other one, this one's going to surprise you. We have not seen the K9 Jack for a couple of years now. And that's that really cool dog leg design. It's very, very comfortable in the hand. It tends to just melt right into your hand. Now we're seeing it at the most budget offering ever done by Jack Wolf Knives in this ultralight. So instead of getting a full titanium frame with titanium bolster and a high-end exotic material for the covers, what you've got is G10. And there's nothing wrong with that. G10 is a really great working material. Oh, yeah. And that is back to the typical Jack Wolf Knives walk and talk. Very impressive, very loud, very dramatic, kind of like me. And this, too, is going to have a Cobra Knot lanyard on the back, which I think you're going to find rather convenient. And if not, just take the damn thing off. Now, you're not going to get the regular packaging, the fancy canister and the stickers and the pog and the artwork and all that stuff that you get with a typical Jack Wolf knife, because guess what, buddy? That shit costs money. And that's why those are $2.99. You're getting a whole complete package. The cleaning cloth, the leather slip for your pocket. This, man, this is an inexpensive G10 knife that you're going to knock around and bang around. You don't care that it's not in a leather slip. And you know what? You probably own multiple Jack Wolf knives by now, so you've already got a couple of slips that you could toss this into. It's not going to hurt anything. So yeah, you're just going to get simple, basic packaging with the closed cell foam laser cut for this to fit into. And a paper sleeve. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but that's why it's so inexpensive. All the way around, I think that these two new budget offerings are absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm actually somebody, I will text Ben on a fairly regular basis, begging for certain things to be made. And it's almost always expensive. It's, dude, mirror polish this, put mother of pearl or black lip pearl on this, or use Damascus for this. Make us a Sunday dress going to church model. That would be $500 or $600. Dude, make a Damascus slip joint, please. Damn a steal. This kind of shit. I am not the person texting him going, dude, can you please make a cheaper knife? And here's the thing. I don't like the word cheaper because it gives off a negative connotation. These are not cheap. These are inexpensive, but still well made. So great value. Okay. Ben is full of great business ideas. That's why his company is so successful, because he knows what the hell people want. He knows that people have been admiring his designs and looking at his knives going, oh, I really like them, but I can't afford $300. Or the alternate argument is, I can afford $300, but I'm not spending $300 on a slip joint. Or I'm not spending $300 on a slip joint made in China. There are all kinds of excuses out there. So Ben has pulled the rug out from under your complaining ass, and you have no reason to complain anymore. Now you've got a $60 to $70 knife, $110, $120, I think they were, something like that. You have super affordable, or what you may say is the correct price for an overseas made slip joint. But either way, he has done something to make every collector happy. You've got your premium models. You have your entry-level gateway models. You have your daily carry work models. The ultralights are going to be good and tough. You're not going to feel bad about banging them around. So there it is. There is all of the newest from Jack Wolf Knives, all in one video. I apologize to you for being late on these two. I truly, honestly feel bad about that. And I apologize to Ben for being late on those and making this a combo video instead of just a standalone video for that exceptional fixed blade. So to everybody out there that has been truly interested in Jack Wolf knives, but they were somewhat cost prohibitive, I want you to realize you've got a couple of really fantastic offerings, especially with like the Gateway Barlow. You're going to look at that and go, this thing is fantastic. It is up to par with steel slip joints that would cost you more than double the money. Let's just put it that way. This is more traditional than what Ben usually offers. Because again, usually it's modern materials. It's titanium and this and that. So this is steel. Ooh, big deal. That's what you would have bought in any other brand. And then you've got the really great forged carbon So I can guarantee everybody that picks that up, that comes from standard traditional slip joints, is going to poop themselves in excitement. So get the depends ready, okay? So that's it for me on this. Thank you guys for joining me as always. And if you're wondering what the next video might be on my channel, it's going to be this. And hey, guess what? This is not gateway price. This is not ultralight price. It's not even standard premium price. It's also not a Jack Wolf. Oops. That's something to look forward to. If you haven't seen one of these, you're going to want to tune in. And if you have seen one, you're still going to want to tune in. Because like I said, I don't sit here and just make a bunch of stupid childlike noises and then read off specs to you. So come on back and join me. I'll be right here waiting for you.